This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all,
Just stop.
get real.
Welcome to DBL. Hello. It's a big week. It's my birthday week.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
Birthday week.
Start talking about it already. Make
When's the
Jeff
big
mad.
day? When's the
Friday.
big day?
So we have all
Okay.
week to talk about it.
Doesn't make me mad.
Are you sure?
Might made the audience mad for the 10th time on Thursday, but hey.
You're going to hear about it all week. Welcome to DBL. It was also a big night in Hollywood, I guess. All the stars turned out for the Golden Globes, and in case you missed it, we got you covered. So the big winners in movies included Oppenheimer, which took home 5 awards, including for Best Motion Picture Drama, Christopher Nolan for directing, and Cillian Murphy and Robert Downey Jr. for acting. Poor Things won for Best Motion Picture, Musical, or Comedy, and Emma Stone won for her acting in the film. Barbie, hi Barbie, won in the new category for Best Cinematic and Box Office Achievement, beating out Taylor Swift's concert film. Check out some of the best acceptance speech moments. Take a look.
I took a beta blocker, so this is going to be a breeze.
First question, do I have lipstick all over my nose? I'm just going to leave it.
So cute. So what do we all think about these big winners? Were there any films that you thought should have made it, and did you think Taylor was robbed?
I don't know if she was robbed. I mean, I think Barbie won. It seemed almost like this category was created for Barbie because it was in this blockbuster realm, and blockbusters rarely win because of the big budget, and we usually see The Shape of Water or something win instead. But I think Barbie, no matter how you feel about it, it made you feel something, and it made you have conversations with people about the topic of feminism and about the topic of, you know, the patriarchy, whatever, however you feel about it. It made people feel, and I felt like that needed to be acknowledged, and obviously a lot of people resonated with it, so I was happy that Barbie won. But I was also happy that Oppenheimer, which clearly was the movie of the year, anybody that watched that movie and wasn't blown away, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that movie was amazing, so I'm glad that they both got their flowers.
And to be honest, Killers of the Flower Moon didn't see a lot. The only person who won was Lily Gladstone, who is phenomenal in the film, which I thought went too long. Take a look at her gorgeous acceptance speech.
In this business, native actors used to speak their lines in English, and then the sound mixers would run them backwards to accomplish native languages on camera.
So glad to see that she won, and also glad to see some representation. Any movies you guys wish had won bigger?
No, speaking of speeches, we don't have it. I probably should have pulled it before the show, but Iowa Debris, she's from The Bear.
Yeah.
She won, and it was just, man, before you get jaded by Hollywood, that's what it's like.
I agree with
you. You know, the dream. She went up there, was just like so honored and kind of, you know, genuinely shaken in the moment, right? By how many stars were there. She'd take their like third down the line. She's like, oh yeah, and my family too. I love them. And to all the agents, assistants,
right? We have
who
that
write
clip.
me back. Oh, we do have.
Yeah, we do have it.
Oh, sorry, I jumped the gun.
No
but
worries.
that was one of my favorites of the night because some of this stuff is just so Hollywood. Maybe I've pulled back the curtain. I'm kind of grossed out. I've seen The Wizard.
Thanks, my team.
Yeah, get real.
Let's talk TV, because we all love TV here, and we're on TV because there were a lot of really great shows last year as well. So last night's big winners included Succession. It won for Best Drama Series, and Matthew McFadden and Sarah Snook and Kieran Culkin all took home acting awards. The Bear was named Best TV Series, Musical, or Comedy. There she is as well, and stars Jeremy Allen White and Iowa Debris also won. And the 2 stars of Netflix's Beef, which was a great show, won for acting Stephen Yeun and Ali Wong. Take a look.
A nice moment, it, Pedro. Sorry. Mine.
Oh my God, all of my agents and managers' assistants, to the people who answer my emails.
I think people were clapping as a lot of those people started that way as assistants.
Yeah,
and
sorry
like,
I jumped the gun
no
to the
worries.
producers. They laid it all out, and I just went off script.
It's okay. It's a lot of beats. What do you think, Steph?
I thought it was absolutely amazing. I thought Succession deserved that hands down, and Ali Wong in Beef was spectacular. I think she's one of my favourite comedic actresses of all time.
Yeah.
She's just unstoppable, and I think she separated with her husband, and the fact that she gave him a lot of kudos and said about gives her the ability to be a working mom and that they're best friends. I thought that was really beautiful.
And you know what happened when she sat back down? She got a little kiss from Bill Hader, and it was so cool to see. I love them as a couple.
But yeah, I mean,
great.
Ali Wong used to do my room all the time at the 67 Lounge.
Is that right?
In Culver City for years, and I mean, she would just burn the house down. It was a room that probably held 22 people. It was a corner jazz lounge in that alley in Culver City, and just to see her blow up like this, I wish I could say I'm surprised, but I'm not. This is just a long time coming, but it does show you that eventually, like, the talent does rise to the top. It is reassuring.
And just to clarify, burning down means she was very funny, because people on the internet these days will say she burned down. Yeah. She's an arson in California.
Ali Wong, that arsonist. All right, let's get to what we all really want to talk about, the Golden Globes. Let's talk about the host, okay? Joe Koy, oh boy. The audience did not seem too amused by his jokes, and we even got defensive at one point. Let's take a look when he kind of panicked. Let's take a look.
The big difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL, on the Golden Globes, we have fewer camera shots of Taylor Swift. I swear. There's just more to go to here. Yo, I got the gig 10 days ago. You want a perfect monologue? Yo, shut up. You're kidding me, right? Slow down. I wrote some of these, and they're the ones you're laughing at.
Okay, so I was a comic for a hot second. I know that writers helped Joe Koy write his monologue along with himself.
I know those writers.
You know those writers?
Yes.
It's a no-no that I thought a golden rule to never throw your writers under the bus.
Well, Tori, we do it on this show all the time. We shout out our producer. We never. Honestly,
I was like, wait a minute, I hear something.
No, we appreciate our producers, and there's a reason that you don't go, well, who would have this story? Why is this coming up next? It's because there's a lot of people working behind the camera that we respect what they do. And for the writers to get you together a week and a half out to take shots at them on stage when they can't defend themselves, that's not good. What happened, and I've seen this a million times, I've said this before, when you host for rich people, successful people, beautiful people, they are the worst audience in the world. And Joe has been famous for a while, and he forgot about these gigs. We've all done these gigs. You do these gigs for the check. You don't go out there and try and make friends. And he went out there, he was a little starstruck, and then he kind of reverted, and then he tried to be a little aggressive, and that didn't go over, and the audience didn't respect him. And then after that, he just ended up throwing his writers under the bus. It wasn't a great gig, but I could see how it can go poorly, and I felt bad for him. But you know what? Check cleared.
What do you think, Steph?
Oh, man, I just think, I do like him as a comedian. I think it's an incredibly tough gig to have. The pressure, when you look out in that room, the most famous people in Hollywood are all sat there staring right back at you. The job that may or may not be your next paycheck. Probably not after that, bless him.
Right?
But I don't like what he said about the writers, saying the jokes you're laughing at are mine and not theirs, because they have scrambled in 10 days to put that together for him. That's a hard task. And to throw them under the bus, I just don't think it's acceptable.
If they had laughed at those jokes, he wouldn't have said the writers wrote that one.
Totally.
So you can't have it both ways. Jeff, really quick.
What did you think?
You know what? He's a friend of the show. And I would consider him a friend of ours. It wasn't his room. It wasn't his room. And he went out there and gave it his best. I think they need somebody, and I think Joe did all right. I thought that Taylor Swift joke was all right. You're not allowed to tell a Taylor Swift joke, but I think someone like Jim Gaffigan, who threw out a certain joke that he threw out with not any concern at all, I think you need someone like that, or Ricky Gervais, to take over and don't care what those people
Ricky Gervais won, and he wasn't there, and we miss you.
Yeah, but
absolutely.
No one else is going to take the gig. It's a lose-lose.
Yeah, and Al, you said that before the show even started. It's not a gig for like a mainstream comic.
No, it's not.
Not at all. All right, let us know what you think in the YouTube break coming up on DBL. ET's Kevin Frazier and Nichelle Turner are giving us a behind-the-scenes look at the Golden Globes, like what went down during this very sweet moment between Brie Larson and J-Lo. Plus, Stephanie's going to recap the best looks of the night.
Yeah, she is.
And some of the more unusual looks. Hi, Billie Eilish.
Oh, yes!
Oh, God, you scared me. People talking about Billie Eilish. We're going to go into it, but it's if you want to remember where it came from, I think it was what Rob said. David Byrne came out with that big, square, proportionate He's in Talking Heads, and I think she was referencing that. But it's an interesting designer.
Tori, what did you think about Joe's roast? Joe Koy's hosting.
I kind of agree with Jeff that he's not. You need a meaner person. He doesn't have the bones.
Someone who really doesn't care. Because
Yeah.
when he didn't get the reaction that he wanted, you could see it visibly shook him. He didn't, I don't think he recovered well from that.
I thought the room wasn't really. Not that say that they weren't doing their job, but it's like you said, man, it's a tough room. That's not his room. He's got his audience, and he's a funny comedian, and it's just, to play that room, you have to have a certain personality that you don't need this job anymore. I think Joe has got his establishment, he's selling out arenas, and I think he's still on his way up. I think there's more room left at the top for him. And when you're someone like Jim Gaffigan or like Ricky Gervais, you could talk down to these people. And they're not used to getting talked down to. So you could shock the room and just move on with your jokes. Right. When Jim Gaffigan threw out that joke, and if you don't, just go watch it, he didn't care, man. And he's like, I'm just going to keep going.
Don't you think it's funny that Joe Koy's ex, Chelsea, would have been really good? I think. She doesn't care.
Well, yeah,
Chelsea Handler doesn't care.
But there's a reason she didn't take this gig either.
For sure.
I mean, if you say one thing too wrong, it could be the end of your career in that room.
I mean,
Even if a throwaway
that's the
line.
difference between comics and actors is like comics do have another main source of income, but it depends. It seemed like Joe wanted to be accepted by them, and they rejected him in real time, and I think that's what we felt, is them saying, you're not one of us. And that's why, like, even the Taylor Swift jokes that was neither here nor there, was just a joke.
Right. But it wasn't like
People
nothing.
He mumbled the punchline.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
I feel like I should be coming out of a swimming pool.
Yes, coming down from the ceiling.
Yeah, like, hello. Welcome back to DBL. Fashion was front and center at the Globes last night, but what stars won the red carpet and who missed the mark? Luckily, we have Stephanie. She is here to break it all down for us. Steph, what were some of the biggest trends that you noticed?
Okay, let's get right into it. So Barbie Core Pink has not gone anywhere. It was huge on the red carpet last night. We saw Margot Robbie looking stunning in this custom Giorgio Armani hot pink sequin gown with a bit of a pink tulle boa. Makes me itch looking at it, but she looks great. Barbie fans spotted that this dress was a replica of the superstar Barbie doll from 1977. Look at that. So then we've got J-Lo opting for a form-fitting strapless pale pink gown. Had a dramatic off-the-shoulder with a giant rosette on it, looking gorgeous.
Totally.
And Hailey Steinfeld also looked pretty in pink in this Prada gown with sheer black gloves. She's giving 1960s Audrey Hepburn, Breakfast at Tiffany. I'm here for it.
I love the gloves.
Look at that.
Come on.
And then another big trend we saw was black lace and sheer see-through gowns. Like this one, Rosamund Pike took it one step further and she wore a veil over her face. But she did have a skiing accident over Christmas that kind of smashed her face up a little bit, so she was opting to hide it slightly, but she looked great. And then Golden Globe winner Sarah Snook made her first red carpet appearance in a black sheer gown, and she's just had a baby, so this was a big thing for her. Ted Lasso star Hannah Waddingham looked amazing in this sheer corseted gown that fitted to a T. I mean, that is hot, hot, hot.
Yes.
And Florence Pugh embraced red with a sheer Valentino dress that had got roses delicately placed in areas that we cannot show. And then, like Florence, some stars really embrace bold colours. So Taylor Swift wore this green metallic Gucci dress, and Swiftie said that the snaky colour was maybe hinting that her version of Reputation is coming out soon. We've got Oprah embracing the colour purple to honour the movie, which she co-produced, looking svelte. An Irish actor, Barry Keoghan, looked dapper in this red Louis Vuitton suit with a golden belted chain. Very different. I like
the
it.
top. Yeah. The pants lost me.
Oh yeah,
not a great fit.
The checks can, like, you know, make you do a double take, but I like that it's different. And then we've got Jennifer Aniston in Dolce & Gabbana.
Bravo.
Now you can't really see because it looks quite basic and black on here, but when you look, the detail on this is actually incredible. And she was sporting a shorter hairdo, bringing back the Rachel. And then we've got Lenny Kravitz, who never ages, looking gorgeous. Black suit with cutouts on the side. I mean, does he ever look bad? I don't know. And And then Pedro Pascal wore a black turtleneck with white yarn knots sewn in, and his arm was in a sling because apparently he told reporters that he had a bit of a fall. And we've got Issa Rae in a form-fitting, long-sleeved, metallic, goldeny orange gown, and Julia Garner wearing a Gucci silver gown with a very plunging neckline and a high waist. But not everyone can be a hit on the red carpet. Let's take a look at one of my least favourites, Billie Eilish. She was in an oversized androgynous jacket, a khaki skirt, her socks and her shoes just looked like she rummaged through the bins at Goodwill. I don't know what's going on. Natasha Lyonne also wore this gown, which could poke your eye out if you said anything to her. She called it a futuristic art piece. Not very sure about that. And then many people were divided over Selena Gomez's red dress with the asymmetrical hemline. I just think there's a lot going on there. I don't really know what's happening.
Does the dress stay like that?
No, there was just wind, but there was some sculptural aspect of it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just, there's a lot. I think the cleavage, we've got the black, we've got the red, we've got the volume. It's a lot, but she's beautiful. And then also we've got Dua Lipa looking like a violin or an X-ray. I'm not really sure, but there we go.
I see about the divided
operation
part.
game.
Yeah. It's like I like it. Wait, no, I don't. I think I do. No, I don't know.
Any favorites?
Maybe
Anyone
that's
have one?
I liked Aniston and just the simplicity of it. Old school Jen, I dug it. What about you?
I think we're out of time.
No. We have time to say a name.
Excellent job, Stephanie. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
There she is. Look how
love
good.
it.
I mean, stunning.
I like the classics.
50-something years old. Looks great. We'll be right back.
You may have seen social posts like these that claim T-Mobile will fine customers $500 for sending text messages that contain objectionable content. One post says this includes text with any sexual talk, hate speech, or talking about alcohol, firearms, or tobacco. Verify viewer Missy and several others reached out to ask if this is actually happening. So, let's verify. Our sources are T-Mobile and Vonage, a vendor that sends texts on behalf of companies. As of January 1st, T-Mobile has a new text message policy in place, but it doesn't impact regular customers. It's for third-party vendors. These are companies that work with businesses to send out big batches of promotional text messages, like store coupons or donation links for political campaigns. The new policies mean that T-Mobile can fine these vendors up to $2,000 if they violate the new rules. This policy does not apply to individual customers, and T-Mobile tells Verify, we do not and cannot censor personal texts. We only have filters that protect our customers from unwanted texts that could contain malware or other fraudulent or malicious activities, such as phishing. We also checked with T-Mobile's terms of service and confirmed there is no mention of fining individual users. So, no, T-Mobile is not fining customers over their text message content. With your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. There were all kinds of Golden Globes moments you didn't see on TV last night, but ET's Nichelle Turner and Kevin Frazier did because they were in the middle of it all. They joined us earlier today to talk about it. Take a look. Kevin and Nichelle looking fabulous. Welcome back to DBL. Did y'all sleep at all last night?
That's a genuine question.
What is sleep?
Sleep? I didn't think so.
No, we didn't sleep.
No, this is team no sleep over here today. Yes.
Amazing job. Good hustle.
All right, Kevin, before I went to sleep, I was scrolling through my Instagram and I saw a moment of you and Brie Larson. And Brie, of course, was shedding some tears over meeting J-Lo. What can you tell us about that moment? What did we miss?
So Brie had just walked by Oprah, and she was fangirling over Oprah. We were talking about her show, Lessons in Chemistry, and then she turned around, and I said, but look who's down there. And her reaction was just golden. Here, we're going to roll it for you.
Jennifer oh, my Lopez. God.
Jennifer,
oh my...
I know, it's Jennifer Lopez. I know, it's J-Lo.
I can't deal with J-Lo. No, I can't. I'm going to cry. You mean so much to me. Oh, my God. I'm such a huge fan. I saw Selena, and it made me want to be an actor, and you've always meant so much to me.
Oh my God, don't make me cry.
It's been a dream of mine, so thank you so much. Your work ethic is so important. Thank you. I've been wanting to say that to you for a long time, so I'm really, I did not think it was going to be right now. So, okay, I'm going to have to go do a shot of tequila or something.
God, those tears were very, very real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, listen, she got the opportunity to tell her inspiration thank you. That's a dope moment.
Totally.
That's a really dope moment. I needed that to start off my 2024, y'all.
It's these little bits of reality that, yeah, Tori's genuinely, because there's a thing with television where a lot of it is produced, but every once in a while you get these moments where people are so genuine that you can't help but be drawn towards it. And that was one of those moments.
That was a big moment.
Great job on you, Kevin, to let it happen, but also set it up. Well done, brother.
Yeah, very nicely done. Let's talk to Nichelle about another fangirl moment. J-Law, Jennifer Lawrence lost it over the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Everyone I know is talking about them.
My moment wasn't as profound.
No, it was profound. For you, a Bravaholic,
listen,
yes.
My name is Nichelle, and I am a Bravaholic.
Thank you. Welcome.
The first step is admitting it.
When Bravaholics meet and they unite, there's something that happens when we get together. And you know what? Jennifer and I just kind of went there talking about Salt Lake City.
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, I just want to give a shout out to the best finale I've ever seen on reality.
Can we talk about
TV.
it?
Oh my God.
The drama that they did. Receipts.
Everything that you want for the truth. Receipts, timelines, I got it all.
Screenshots,
Oh, it was amazing.
I mean, come on. She knew the monologue, so you know the lady's a fan.
And Andy Cohen scooped that up, didn't he?
He did. Andy Cohen, it was his mazel of the day last night on Watch What Happens Live, the interview with us. Because, like, you know, if you love Housewives like I love Housewives, there's just something that happens when you start talking about it and you go there. And so at that moment, it wasn't Jennifer Lawrence, one of the best actresses in the world. No. It was my sister who I called on the phone and said, girl, did you see Salt Lake City?
By the way, that is true. They do talk about this all the time. She talks to Jennifer Lawrence.
That is true.
Oh, it is its own, almost like the Star Wars universe where like they go to conventions. It is no different. It is its own language. It is its own world.
It is true. Yes. We are all garbage people, and I love it.
All right, Kevin, quickly, you were talking to Oprah. That's it. That's the end. I just want to give you props.
Bravo!
You were talking to Oprah about internet-driven rumors about Taraji P. Henson. What happened? What did you tell, or what did Oprah tell you?
Oprah told me that it wasn't true, that she was always there to support those women, and that there is no beef between them. Good. And that's the thing, that Oprah supports women, and especially black women.
Duh. Yes, she absolutely does, and that is provable fact because we've seen it over the last 3 months when they've been on this movie tour.
Oprah supports other women. She supports other people. She does so much for folks. Please stop.
I mean, I can't believe. Thank you, guys. Absolutely. Thank you, Kevin and Nichelle. Thank you so much for being here to spill all the behind-the-scenes tea.
Always great to talk to
our viewers. Don't miss Kevin and Nichelle every night on Entertainment Tonight. We'll be right back. Bye, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
WCNC Charlotte viewer Claire C. emailed us asking to verify a claim she saw online. Letting air out of your tires can improve traction. But is this true? Let's verify. Our sources are Nationwide Mutual Insurance and Harold Sarmiento, General Manager at Cerdos Tires and Service. According to Nationwide, an important part of maintaining a car is making sure your tire pressure is where it needs to be. The levels can vary depending on what type of tire you own. In fact, your recommended tire pressure will be printed on a label inside the driver's side of your door.
There's a sticker that shows what's the pressure on the tire should be per manufacturer of the car.
But what if you manually release some of the air in your tire? Can that help maintain traction in snowy, slushy road conditions? Sarmiento says yes. However, you should only do this in an emergency situation.
If you lower the pressure, then the traction will be improved a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit, because the contact of the tire, the surface of the tire, will contact more with the surface of the terrain.
He says this works best on rocky terrain.
It's not recommended for asphalt roads or concrete roads because it will damage the shoulders or the side of the tires.
So if you notice one of your tires has poor traction, Sarmiento says it's best to just get a new tire. But if you're stuck in a bind and need a quick solution,
in a situation and you don't have the tire, then yeah, lower a little bit, not too much though.
So we can verify that yes, letting air out of your tires can improve traction in some situations, but it should only be done temporarily during emergencies because prolonged driving on tires that are underinflated can ruin the tires and put your safety at risk. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
It feels like you can't go anywhere without hearing. A viral TikTok with 11 million views says there's a hacking cough that lasts for weeks going around. Several of you asked us whether it's a new illness. So let's verify. Our sources are the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Dr. Albert Rizzo, Chief Medical Officer at the American Lung Association, and Dr. Paul Coley, Associate Clinical Professor of Medicine at the University of Colorado. The CDC says this is the time of year when respiratory illnesses like the common cold, flu, RSV, and COVID-19 circulate, but there's no evidence of a new illness. The doctors we spoke with say what they're seeing are the usual suspects that can cause a lingering cough.
What we believe is that it's caused by one of few different explanations. One is a postnasal drip that's persistent. The other possible explanation is persistent inflammation in the chest. We don't think it's a new virus that's causing this cough. We think it's the same old players.
So, no, there is no evidence of a new illness causing lingering coughs in the U.S. Our sources say if you also have other serious symptoms like shortness of breath or an ongoing fever, then you should contact a healthcare provider. With Your Verify, I'm Brandon Lewis.
Welcome back. There can be hundreds of different decisions that come from remodeling your bathroom. And if you have a project this year, there's some things you should consider as you plan. Those are today's tips, sponsored by Jacuzzi. First up, avoid pedestal sinks. They don't offer nearly enough storage space compared to a vanity. Next, mount all of your shower heads higher than 6 feet. Consider the height of all the people who might be using it.
How many people are using your bathroom?
It's like a whole clown car. And speaking of showers, don't install those.
Just for the whole world.
Those standard shower curtains, as they can be breeding ground for mildew. I don't like the words breeding ground.
Yes.
If you want to start your remodel, Jacuzzi can help you do it the right way. Jacuzzi offers an unmatched, stress-free remodeling process. So call 1-800-990-3709 or visit jacuzzibathremodel.com.
Shout out to Jacuzzi.
Shout out to Jacuzzi. I wanted to, I did want to give one thing. I don't want to end on a bad note.
Now's the time to do it.
I don't want to end on a bad note. It was people going after Joe Koy. Let's just say we hope he has a better day today.
Yes.
Right?
Shout out Joe. Hey, he's a comic.
There you go. We'll see you tomorrow.
Man.
Bye, guys.